If plants could walk and talk, what would happen? This is a question filled with creativity and imagination, taking us into a fantastical new world. Imagine walking down the street and suddenly a flower strolls by, greeting you with a sweet voice. Or imagine being in a forest and a towering tree walks up to you, sharing its growth stories and observations. Such scenarios would undoubtedly make our world more vivid and interesting. Firstly, from an ecological perspective, if plants could walk and talk, they would be able to actively seek out environments suitable for their growth. When the soil in a certain place becomes depleted or the climate no longer suitable, plants could migrate collectively to find a new home. This would better maintain the balance of the ecosystem, as plants could adjust their distribution and numbers based on their own needs. Moreover, if plants possessed the ability to speak, they would be able to engage in deeper communication and cooperation with other creatures. For example, when insects are searching for pollen, plants could inform them of the best places and times for foraging. When animals need shelter, plants could proactively offer their trunks or leaves as refuge. Such communication and cooperation would enhance the harmonious coexistence of various creatures in the biosphere, creating a more stable and prosperous ecosystem. However, such changes would also bring about some challenges and issues. For instance, if plants were able to walk freely, they might damage existing urban infrastructure and farmland layouts. Imagine if the streets and alleys were filled with freely wandering plants. Traffic and pedestrian safety would be severely compromised. Additionally, the ability of plants to speak might raise social and ethical questions. For instance, how should humans treat these creatures with linguistic abilities? Should they enjoy the same rights and privileges as humans? These are questions that require deep consideration and exploration. From a cultural perspective, if plants could walk and talk, they would provide rich material for our literature, art, and folklore. We could create fantastical stories about the plant world, exploring their wisdom and emotions. These stories would spark people's imagination and creativity, adding more color and fun to our cultural lives. From a scientific perspective, the ability of plants to walk and talk would present a brand new field of research. Scientists would strive to understand the biological basis of these abilities and their impact on plant ecology and evolution. This would help us gain a deeper understanding of the mysteries of life and the wonders of nature. However, such changes might also affect our daily lives and production methods. For instance, agricultural production would undergo significant transformations. Farmers would no longer need to till the soil or irrigate, as plants could find suitable soil and climatic conditions themselves. This would greatly reduce the labor intensity of humans, but it might also increase the uncontrollability of agricultural production. Furthermore, the linguistic abilities of plants might influence our dietary habits. When we learn that certain plants plead not to be eaten, can we still consume them without remorse? Within this fantastical scenario, we can envision specific examples to further explore this question. For instance, there could be a plant named the speaking flower, with vibrant petals and a charming voice. This flower could wander freely in gardens, engaging in emotional exchanges with people. When someone feels lonely or disheartened, the speaking flower could comfort them with its sweet voice, bringing them joy and solace. Such a flower would not just be a plant, it would be a companion and confidant in people's lives. Alternatively, imagine a place called the walking forest, where all the plants can walk and talk. They form a unique community with their own rules and order. When the forest faces danger, such as a fire or deforestation, these plants collectively act, using their strength and wisdom to protect their home. Such a walking forest not only demonstrates the wisdom and power of plants but also showcases the unity and cooperation among creatures in nature. However, these scenarios also remind us to approach such changes with caution. We need to consider how to interact with these creatures that possess linguistic abilities. Should we treat them as equals? These are questions that require careful consideration and discussion. In conclusion, the idea of plants being able to walk and talk opens up a world of possibilities and challenges. It prompts us to rethink our relationship with the natural world and consider the impact of such changes on our culture, science, and daily lives. While such a scenario remains a figment of imagination, it encourages us to appreciate and respect the diverse forms of life that coexist with us on this planet.